Hello you, good morning. Today is the 12th of June 2013, time to make another England video. Yesterday we didn't have any scheduled touristy things to do, so Mum and I spent the morning shopping, which means buying a pair of shorts and then wandering around aimlessly. And then joined a Windsor Castle tour on impulse. No filming was allowed in any indoor places? Great. So enjoy some black screens and some completely unrelated videos of the outside. We first visited the Queen Mary's doll collection. The exhibition was dimly lit and the first room contained a big-ass dollhouse with working electricity and plumbing. So, for Queen Mary's something birthday present, her daughter gifted her a dollhouse replica of the castle, and complete with replica paintings, furniture, cutlery, and every other minuscule detail you can imagine. The house is about as tall as a short human being, and it was actually kind of cool, but then the next room had toddler-sized dolls complete with wardrobe, and it was horrible. Their eyes stared blankly into my soul, and I swear they were devising ways to escape the glass case so they could eat me alive. After that, we got to visit the staterooms, and I really don't know what to say. They were overwhelmingly fancy enough to have the no photography rule again. We had this audio-guided tour, but I'm no good with remembering things, especially history. One thing I definitely got out of in visiting the staterooms is that every room was an individual piece of art. Example: the king's dining room had ornate wood carvings of fruits and vegetables lining the walls, framing paintings of food-related Edens, and murals of feasting people lining the walls. The decorations are elaborate, and I think they were gold-plated. Well, they were at least made to look all golden rich. Compare that to the guards' chamber. A tall, simpler hall with busts of 4 important people on display, weapons lining the wall, more weapons in display cases. You get the idea? Spending only an afternoon, about 3 hours, exploring the castle was ridiculous. We saw nothing. Note to future self: return to Windsor Castle to re-explore. At night we ate dinner at some pub. I tried England's good old fish and chips. Didn't like it, but that's just my opinion. Then, cruise time. We rode this cruise on the River Thames, River Thames, River... I can't remember how to say it. But we saw lots of old buildings, and I don't even know why we bothered with these tours, because unless I dig around for the information myself, the chances of me remembering the facts are, like, minuscule. But it was nice and windy until it got too cold. Then it was too cold and windy and not so nice. So today was the first official day of the tour. We toured the city by bus and saw everything. Our guide was really cool and told us everything about the city. Too much to remember. We drove by Margaret Thatcher's house 3 times. We drove through Trafalgar Square and through the business district, literally the whole touristy half of London. Also, we drove by so many war memorials, and when I say many, I mean many. One memorial that stood out was this memorial to animals of war. I mean, it's about time that animals were remembered. As you can see from the crappy footage, there's a statue of a horse, this wall thing, and pack horses behind trailing. What you cannot see is a dog bouncing behind the main horse and animal carvings into the wall. After that, we visited the St. Paul's Cathedral. Once again, no videoing. The cathedral is one of those places you just want to sit in and draw. Like, there were elaborate murals, and not so elaborate murals, and intricate carvings and patterns, and many corners to hobo in, and I'm not sure which style of architecture it is, but it definitely wasn't Gothic. Something tells me I'm going to be spending a lot of time admiring old buildings this summer. Well, no complaints there. After that, we went to see the changing of the guards. I'll just let you enjoy it. And that concluded the official tour group of the day. After that, we went to the original Hard Rock Cafe, which opened in 1971. Looking at these flowers and the pretty building, you wouldn't think that it is Hard Rock Cafe, but it is. The food was good, the music was good, the memorabilia lining the wall was awesome, and the fangirl inside me squealed happily the whole time. After lunch, we got to see stuff at the rock shop, but then we had to go without seeing the museum. I will see this museum before the summer's over. Then we took the tube to Oxford Street, bought some stuff, and went back to the hotel. Conclusion of the day: the story of London must be discovered slowly, by stealth, preferably on foot, possibly by tube. And a one-day tour of London is just rubbish. The end.